So we'll start with our prayer. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Asato ma sadgamaya तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय आविराविर्मयेधि ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः. Your nectar-like words, warm and inspiring life stories, eulogized by learned sages, are indeed eradicator of shoots of ignorance. These are auspicious to hear and propitious to inculcate in one's own life. Those who take these words to the world are indeed great benefactor of the world. So today we will talk about, or we will meditate on Holy Mother, because today is Mother's Day, so it is nice to meditate on Holy Mother. In Western world, this is only for one day, Mother's Day, but we consider Mother as adorable, and in the morning, every day in the morning, we go and take the dust of Mother. So Mother's Day is observed almost every day. So one thing that comes to our mind when we contemplate whom we are indebted to for this birth and for whatever we are today. It is the Mother who gave birth, who nourished us, and who raised us to this stature. Therefore, our gratefulness goes to her, and our gratitude is expressed only in few words. We cannot do anything in return. Mother is such a great Deva, as we in Upanishad we have studied. Matri Devo Bhava, Pitri Devo Bhava. Mother is divine. She is not ordinary human being. The divinity comes in the form of Mother. And for this order, this is more relevant because here we have a Mother who has nourished us, who has raised us, and whatever we are today, it is because of her. So, Sri Sharda Devi has a great significance, has and had, whatever, both we can take, because she is still present here. She is nourishing us even today. Therefore, her life is very important to contemplate. And on this day, it is fitting that we meditate on her. So, as we know that she was born in a remote village, it is called Jairambati, on 22nd of December 1853, about 60 or 70 miles away from Calcutta. And it is a rural setup. And that time it was road and other facilities were also not there. But right from the childhood we see a spiritual awakening, rather spiritual a manifestation of her divine character right from childhood. Her father's name was Ramchandra Mukherjee, and mother is Shyama Devi. So once it happened that Shyama Devi went to some place in Shihor, and she sat under a bel tree where a very beautiful girl, divine girl, came and put her hands, small hands from behind, and then said, "Mother, I am coming to your house." And then mother became unconscious. That Shyama Devi became unconscious. And in the childhood, she was so dedicated to the service of family members that she used to do almost all household duties. And right from her childhood, we see the compassion for others. That was time when Bengal was suffering from hardship, and people were very poor. And in that situation, Holy Mother served right from that age, that was about 5 years old. And then in her childhood, we see that her 8 companions, Ashta Shakhi, used to come and help her in her services. That also we see. She used to cut even the grasses for cows and help mother in various ways, cooking dishes, etc., etc. And then we find another story unfolds in Dakshineshwar when Sri Ramakrishna underwent sadhana, spiritual disciplines for long 12 years. And that time he was totally dedicated to Mother Kali, and he behaved like a mad person. So it is because of her extreme love for Mother. So anyway, people thought that he should be married, then his mind will come down to this earthly world. So that was the solution thought about it. And then when Sri Ramakrishna visited Kamarpukur, and that time people were searching a girl for marriage. And then Sri Ramakrishna said, "Why are you going here and there? Go to Mukherjee's family, and there the bride is already earmarked for me." So people went there, and then ultimately marriage was performed, and at that time mother's age was only 6 years old. But as the custom was at that time, that she, after marriage, she went back to her parents, and for many years she was waiting there. And that time again the news came that Sri Ramakrishna was not in good health, and people used to say that your husband is mad, etc. Or lots of people used to tell her various stories. Then through a lady, she approached her father, and somehow then she traveled to Dakshineshwar. And as we know, at that time she was only 18. And Sri Ramakrishna received her in a very cordial way. And he said, "Oh, you have come ultimately when my Mathur is no more. Who will take care of you?" Because Mathur Babu was the manager of the temple, and he used to take care of Sri Ramakrishna. So Sri Ramakrishna was very thoughtful about it, and then for 6 months she stayed with Sri Ramakrishna in the same room where Sri Ramakrishna used to stay. Anyway, so during that time, as we know, a very significant incident happened that on the Falharini Kali Puja day on 1872, on Falharini Kali Puja day, Sri Ramakrishna performed worship and invoking the Divine Mother in the person of Holy Mother Sri Sharda Devi, and installed Divine Mother in the person of Holy Mother. So, to invoke the divinity, he, after worshipping, then not only that, whatever tapasya he did, he offered everything at the feet of Holy Mother, and even his rosary, and prostrated himself before her. So, and Sri Ramakrishna said, O Divine Mother, let you be in this person so that you guide this whole world. So we find that in Sharada Devi, the Divine Mother was invoked by Sri Ramakrishna, as some people consider that the Kula Kundalini Shakti, that was awakened by Sri Ramakrishna and installed in Holy Mother. So during this time, one day, Sri Ramakrishna asked, why have you come? Have you come to drag me to this world? What is your purpose of your coming? Then Holy Mother said, how can that be? I have come to help you to reach your divine goal, your Ishtapat, whatever you like, that I would like to help you. So Holy Mother also one day asked, what do you think about me? She was not small, she was also similar. So what do you think about me? And Sri Ramakrishna immediately said that Mother Bhavatarini, who is worshipped at the temple, and the mother who gave birth to this body now lives in Nahabat. I verily see that same mother in you. So Sri Ramakrishna also knew who Sri Sharda Devi was and is, and also Sri Sharda Devi also adored him as Mother Kali, because at the time of when Sri Ramakrishna passed away, that time Holy Mother lamented, O Mother Kali, where have you gone? Leaving me aside, leaving me behind. So this is their relationship, and though they lived in the same room, but their immaculate chastity is evident, because both honored each other as divine being. Why it is very important? Because this is the age of materialism. Sense enjoyment is the core of this time. In this life, in this time, to show the ideal, Holy Mother came and demonstrated that principle. So later we can find, after the passing of Sri Ramakrishna, then she spent some few months in pilgrimage in Varanasi, Vrindavan, etc., in various pilgrim places of India. And then a time comes when she was totally alone, and lots of difficulties she had to face. Even nothing much to eat. She used to cultivate her small land and used to grow greens and rice and greens and some salts. That was enough for her daily diet. So that was difficult period, but when Sri Sharda Devi uh, later was brought to Kolkata, and most of the time she used to live in Kolkata and also Jairambati. So she used to live in these two places. In the beginning, she had to stay in rented house, but later Sri Shardanandaji Maharaj, Swami Shardanandaji Maharaj, constructed a house for her, and also a house in Jairambati. So that the initial difficulties were reduced a little. So this is that we see a short sketch of her biography, and later also she went to South India, as we know, to Madras and even to Rameshwaram and Bangalore, even that place, Bangalore, that place is very much there. So after that, the ministration started when she was when she was in Vrindavan, when Sri Ramakrishna appeared before her and said that to initiate Swami Yoganandaji Maharaj. And Sri Ramakrishna also instructed Yogananda to get initiation from her. So this is, we see her ministration starts right from there. And later, we see gradually that flourishes. And the Divine Mother that was installed by Sri Ramakrishna gradually flourishes, as we see. And what we see in the life of Mother, she practiced what the scriptures say. And it's very difficult first to understand what scriptures say. And then it is difficult to practice in our lives. But in the life of Sri Sharda Devi we see. For instance, Bhagavad Gita says that Karmani eva adhikaraha. You have right to work, but not the results thereof. Karmani eva adhikara ma phaleshu kadachana. You have right to act, but you have no right on the fruits of action thereof. Therefore, you should not get enmeshed seeking the results of action. And finally, if it is so difficult, why should I work? No, you have to work because otherwise you will be entangled in non-functioning. So, karmani eva adhikara, you have right to function, but not the fruits thereof. You have right to do something, but no fruits. You cannot expect any fruits. And ma karma phala hetur bhu. Therefore, not to function for the results thereof. And finally, ma karma phala hetur bhu mate sangastu akarmani. You should not be attached with non-functioning. So, Holy Mother, we see her life is full of action. All the time she was doing something or other. She used to tell that one should not be idle, because then many bad thoughts, etc. come. Always engage in services that are very important. Because when you are engaging your mind in services, your mind is pure. Purification of mind, that is very important. So, Holy Mother, how she renounced her fruits of action, that we can see. She used to go for, say, Ganga bath, to take bath in Ganga, and she would carry 1 or 2 fruits. After taking bath, she would come out and would give those fruits to the beggars or poor people who sit, say, on the bank of Ganga. So she would say, Baba, I am giving this fruit, and the fruit of giving this fruit also belongs to you. Say, my son, I am giving this fruit, and the results that accrues because of giving fruit, that also belongs to you. So she is totally detached. And this is a symbolic gesture, but that was her way to do all her actions. So in Bhagavad Gita, we see many qualities enumerated. And it is very difficult to find an example and how to practice it. We see in the life of Holy Mother that she practiced. For instance, as we have studied in 3rd chapter, Amanittam, Adambhitvam, Ahimsa, Kshantihi, Arjavam, Acharya Upasanam, Shaucham, Sthiryam, Atma Vinigraha. All these shlokas that we find in Bhagavad Gita was manifested in the life of Holy Mother. Amanittam, that means he was totally embodiment of humility. Humility. And unpretentiousness, non-injury. Amanittam, adambhitvam, not to boast. Generally what happens, if we do something a little, then we boast of our energies and also our achievements. But she never boasted, rather with compassionate heart accepted everything. Kshanti, that means that even the forbearance and forgiveness, these are great spiritual qualities as we have studied already. And Acharya Upasanam, worshipping one's own guru, that's also very important. Shaucham, that means purity, cultivating purity. And Mother was pure in heart, in all criteria. She was pure. Immaculate purity she cultivated in her life. Not only physical, but mental. She could not find faults with others. And she would tell that, Mother, if you want to have peace of mind, then not find to faults of others. Because that is detrimental in our spiritual lives. So all these qualities we see, and not only that, wherever we see some qualities, any qualities that we see, asakti radhavishangha putradi grihadishu, that means totally detachment. So that also we can find. Indriyartheshu vairagyam anahankare evacha. Total detachment of the sensual objects. Does it mean that she was totally away from the world? No. Living in this world, but she cultivated those. And it is for us, not for her. It is for us to cultivate. That is why she is the example. And many times I feel, not only she cultivated this, she has transcended these qualities. It is for sadhaka, the aspirants who should strive these qualities in one's life, his or her own life. But here we find, after attaining such total control of these qualities, after practicing these qualities, she transcended them. So this is very important. Indriyartheshu vairagyam anahankare evacha. Then janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanudarshanam. So this is for beginner to cultivate. But she not only she cultivated and also transcended these. It no more, see what is any qualities, whatever we want to cultivate, first we have to practice. And after practicing, then one is established in it. So mother was established in those qualities. That we find very special in mother's life. And knowledge portion also we see. Mother used to see the same Brahman in all being. And in her own homely way she said, Amar moddhe jini, tomar moddhe tini, duli bagdi bomer moddhe tini, domer moddhe tini. That means, who is residing within me, him is residing in you, and in low caste and outcast, in all being, he resides. So we remember a shloka of Bhagavad Gita there. Shuni chaiva swapakecha panditaha samadarshina. That means vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane. So vidya is educated Brahmin, also endowed with humility and also wisdom. So that means Brahman is high caste, and among that one is with humility and also learning. So very high caste. And Brahman Gavi in a cow, elephant, even Shuni Chaiva, Swapakecha, outcast. The knower of self sees that the Lord resides in all beings without any fail. So mother said the same thing, because mother experienced the same Brahma Jnana, the knowledge of Brahman. And not only she experienced, but she actualized. That means that it was normal for her. Whatever qualities that are to be practiced, all our scriptures say those qualities. And why those are mentioned? Yatna sadhyatvat. It's for to practice. But practice is in the beginning. One should be established in those. And mother was such that she was established in those qualities. So, we find wonderful patience in her life. And in difficult situations, she would not be frightened or be disturbed. What happens to us? We are disturbed. If something happens, then we are disturbed, but she never was disturbed. So these are remarkable qualities that we find in her life. So let us read some of her sayings, because her teachings are very important. So these qualities are divine qualities, and we find them in full manifestation in her life. Why we cultivate this? Because when we think of her qualities, then we will be encouraged to cultivate those qualities. So let us read from some of her teachings, so that we try to inculcate those. Mother said, God is one's very own. It is an eternal relationship. Generally we think God is somewhere sitting, but actually He is our very own. He is not separate from us. Our core, our real being is God. It is a eternal relationship. So since we are ordinary people, so we must have a relationship. It is not that everything everywhere is Brahman, but ultimately we don't experience anything. No. Let us think that God is within us, and this relationship is eternal. It is an eternal relationship. Ordinary human love results in misery. Love for God brings blessedness. So, what to do? We are to see God in all beings. It is easier said than done. Huh? It is easier said than done. But we are to do. This is the objective. When we see God in all being, then only we can love them. So ordinary human love results in misery. So what happens? When we see separateness, that something is separate, I am serving him or I am interacting with him, then that love is impossible. And God, to search God, it's not that we have to search in a cave or in a jungle, but here in the society, it is very much within us. As Swamiji said, in various forms it is God who is manifesting in front of us. Therefore, where thou seekest him, he who loves God verily, he who serves God verily loves him. So in society, we interact with various people. What we are to think that they are not various, but it is the same God manifesting in so many forms. So this way we can love. Love for God brings blessedness. Then only blessedness will come. We cannot find God in cave or jungle or anywhere else. One who makes a habit of prayer will easily overcome all difficulties. Generally what happens? We are engrossed in worldly things, worldly affairs of the world. But if we are prayerful, then what will happen? We are joined with our higher nature, our chosen ideal. That is why we need to chant the name of the Lord that we received from our Guru. One who makes habit of prayer will easily overcome all difficulties. Why? Because then mind also will function properly, we can take right decision, and the suffering also will be less and less. As wind removes the cloud, so the name of God destroys the cloud of worldliness. So these are example, homely example. We see clouds move because of the air. So name of God, when we are chanting, gradually all our difficulties will go away. Then, my child, you have been extremely fortunate in getting this human birth. Have intense devotion to God. One must work hard. Can one achieve anything without effort? Generally what happens? We seek blessings, we seek favor. We pray to God to fulfill this desire or that desire. But actually we are to put our effort. And for realization of God, it is intense devotion to God. Have intense devotion to God, one must work hard. That means we have to put our effort. Then the grace of God will descend. As we know, we have 4 kinds of grace, kripa. One is Ishwara kripa, God's grace. Second is Guru's kripa, Guru's grace. And third is Scriptures kripa, grace of Scriptures. These are available all the time. But the 4th one, Atma kripa, is very important. Self-grace. Until or unless we have self-grace, we cannot progress. So that is what Mother says, that one must work hard. Can one achieve anything without effort? You must devote some time for prayer, even in the midst of the busiest hours of the day. Then do the Master's work and along with that, practice spiritual discipline. Work helps one to keep off idle thoughts. If one is without work, such thoughts rush into one's mind. So, work is very important for cleansing our heart. That is very important. Then, what happens? Our mind is engaged in something, and if we can unite with God, if we can unite that service to God, then gradually our mind also becomes purified, and idle thoughts will um, never come or pop in. One must perform work. It is only through work that the bondage of work will be cut asunder, and one will acquire a spirit of non-attachment. So, work, as Sri Ramakrishna said, if some thorn is pricked, then we have to get another thorn and remove the previous one and throw both. So, karma is like that. Ultimately, karma can be transcended. Nishkarma siddhi. Nishkarma siddhi means perfection when even to transcend karma. One should always discriminate and strive hard for the realization of God. So discrimination is very important, as we are familiar with this thought. In all scriptures, discrimination is very important. Otherwise, what happens? Everyone may have chance of entanglement in this world. So discrimination is very important. So one should always discriminate and strive. So here the word discriminate is analysis. We have to analyze what is to be done, what is not to be done. It is not for like political discrimination. Even water, which has a natural tendency to flow downwards, is drawn up to the sky by the sun's rays. In the same way, God's grace lifts up the mind, which has got a tendency to run after sense objects. So, example is given towards by the grace of God only we can lift ourselves from this sensual world. That is why we need to pray to God all the time, so that we are not touched by this worldly objects. Through spiritual disciplines, the ties of past karmas are cut asunder, but the realization of God cannot be achieved without ecstatic love for Him. So spiritual disciplines are important too, to remove our previous samskara, prarabdha karma, and only by the grace of God, then only comes the ecstatic love. So Mother said ecstatic love. So what we have to do? We have to pray for that, ecstatic love for God. It is idle to expect that dangers and difficulties will not come. They'll come. But if our mind is trained, if we can see the purpose of such incidents and try to cultivate discrimination and also detachment, then we will not be affected so much as ordinary people experience. It is idle to expect that dangers and difficulties will not come. They are bound to come. But for a devotee, they will pass away under the feet like water. Because a devotee is united with God. Even if difficulties come, he will not feel it. The example is given as a child is with one's father or mother in his or her lap, then whatever difficulties come, it will not touch him. Can you call a person who is devoid of compassion a human being? He is a veritable beast. So, compassion or love for others is inherent. One should have this naturally. It's um, not that one can avoid it. A beast may not have compassion, but a person, a human being, must have compassion for others. Compassion means here love for others. As Sri Ramakrishna said, who are you to have compassion? We only can serve. So, service for others and love for others. I tell you one thing, if you want peace, do not find fault with others. Rather, see your own faults. Learn to make the whole world your own. And that is true. The whole world is our own. Therefore, we should not find fault in others. No one is a stranger, my child. The whole world is your own. So, this is the highest experience that one can get, that this world seizes its multiplicity, and he knows that this whole world is that same Brahman, manifesting in different forms, with different names, but it is the same being. When a man sees defects in others, his own mind first gets polluted. So this is the one reason, that if we see defect, then first we get polluted. Because we are mental modification or mental affiliation with that quality. That is why we are influenced by it. So better not to find faults. What does he gain by finding faults in others? Nothing. Rather, he degrades himself by finding faults in others. He only hurts himself by that. All teachers are one. The same power of God works through them all. So, Mother used to give example that like water is coming from various channels. It is same water. So, the knowledge comes from the divine, maybe through various channels. So, the teachers are one. That is why she, while initiating a person, she would ask, are you initiated already? If one is initiated, she would avoid. In some cases, she would initiate him or her. But she also considered that all teachers are one. It is the same divine wisdom that comes from various teachers. I am your true mother. When it was asked, Girish Chandra Ghosh was passing through a difficult time when his wife passed away, and he was very much depressed. So Swami Niranjananji took him to Jairambati. And there is a custom in Bengal, after taking bath, so even that wet cloth, it's not like shower nowadays. That time it was a pond where they used to get bath. After that, he would go in wet cloth and prostrate before deity. So Girish Chandra Ghosh did the same thing. He went to Mother. And before that, whenever Girish Chandra Ghosh saw, only she saw her feet. But this is the first time he lifted his face. And Mother was not fully veiled. Generally she used to veil when she was in Calcutta. But this incident happened in Jairambati. So he lifted his face and he was shocked. His mother? You? Then later he explained, and mother nodded, yes, yes, my child. So later he explained that in his childhood he was suffering terribly and he was almost at the verge of passing away. Then one day, one morning, a divine deity came, divine mother, in especially a red bordered cloth. And she took him in her lap. This he experienced in his boyhood. So that time he saw that face. After so many years, when he looked at Holy Mother's face, and he was shocked, it is the same face. So he said, Mother, you? And she nodded, yes, my child. So it is not mother as a teacher's wife. So later he asked, Mother, how are you? So then mother replied, I am your true mother. A mother not by virtue of being your guru's wife, nor by way of empty talk. Say we also. Say a monk, or in Bengal you can see, everybody is addressing a girl or a lady as mother. So it's a talking point. So she said, not by way of empty talk, but truly the mother. Janmo Janmantare Ma. Not only of this birth, but of previous birth or many births. So mother, this is motherhood. Mother is and was mother of all, even for birds, even for cats, pets, all. So as you know, this incident is very popular. That mother was going to Calcutta and a cat was there. So she used to steal, say, milk, etc., etc. So Gyan Maharaj thought, Gyan Maharaj was from East Bengal. So thought, okay, let mother go, then I'll teach her a lesson. Mother knew this, and mother said, Gyan, I live in her also. So mother departed. So after that, the Gyan Maharaj was searching milk or fish or this and feeding that cat. So mother is in all being, mother of all. I am the mother of the virtuous as well as the wicked, as we know that incident of serving Amjad. Amjad was a highwayman, and Nalini Didi was throwing, dishes from distance. And mother scolded her, what are you doing? Is it the way to serve anyone? Then mother sat herself and was serving as if very close. And then later, Nalini Didi and others complained, what have you done? And after Amjad left, she cleaned that place also. So they were complaining to mother, what have you done? You should have not done this. Then she said, no, as Amjad is my son, my Sharath is also my son. So for her there was no discrimination, as we know that. So I am the mother of the virtuous and as well as the wicked. And mother also said that if my son wallows in the dust or mud, it is I who have to wipe all the dirt and take him on my lap. So this is a great assurance for ordinary people like us. So mother is all compassionate, all loving, that we see in her. And also amanittam, adambhittam, as I have enumerated, all the qualities she was well established on all these qualities. It's not only, it is not that she was pursuing these qualities, but she practiced and established in those qualities. So, mother did not see the faults of others. Once it happened in Jairam Bati, and another time it happened in Kolkata also. When in Kolkata, uh, a pros used to come. So some ladies said, if she comes, then we will not go there. Mother said, I'll welcome all. All are my children. If somebody has problem, it is her problems. So she should not come. So mother is for all, compassion for all. And then another teaching, O son, if a thorn pricks your foot, it hurts me like a spear entering my heart. Never fear, and whatever you are in distress, just say to yourself, I have a mother. So I have a mother. This feeling we must have, that she has assured that at the last moment they will take care. Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother take care of us. So at the end I'll read a letter. It's a very remarkable letter written by Nivedita. So she writes, Beloved Mother, this morning early I went to church to pray for Sarah Bull. All the people there were thinking of Mary, the mother of Jesus, and suddenly I thought of you, your dear face, and your loving look, and your white sari, and your bracelets. It was all there. And it seemed to me that yours was the presence that was to soothe and bless poor Sarah's sick room. And do you know, I thought I had been very foolish to sit in your room at the evening service to Sri Ramakrishna trying to meditate. Why did I not understand that it was quite enough to be a little child at your dear feet? Dear Mother, you are full of love, and it is not a flushed and violent love like ours, and like the world's, but a gentle peace that brings good to everyone and wishes ill to none. It is a golden radiance, full of play. What a blessed Sunday that was, a few mornings ago, when I ran into you. The last thing before I went on the Ganga and ran back to you for a moment. As soon as I came back, I felt such a wonderful freedom in the blessing you gave me. And you are welcome home. Dearest Mother, I wish we send you a wonderful hymn or a prayer, but somehow even that would seem too loud, too full of noise. Surely you are the most wonderful thing of God, Sri Ramakrishna's own chalice of his love for the world, a token left with his children. In these lonely days, and we should be very still and quiet before you, except indeed for a little fun. Surely the wonderful things of God are all quiet, stealing unnoticed into our lives. The air and sunlight and the sweetness of gardens, and of the Ganga. These are the silent things that are like you. Do send to poor Sara the mantle of your peace. Isn't your thought now and then of the high calm that neither loves nor hates? Is not that the sweet benediction that trembles in God, like the dewdrop on the lotus leaf and touches not the world? Ever, my darling mother, your foolish cookie, Nivedita. Cookie means young girl. So, it's a great blessing that we have a mother. Mother is our strength, mother's assurance is our wealth, and mother's love that we can bank on. We are not separated from her. We live in her, and she is sustaining all of us. So on this Mother's Day, let us pray to Mother. And Mother is not only confined here. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Matri Rupena Samstita Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha. I offer my prayers to Mother who is residing in all mothers, in all beings. She is residing as Mother. So, our great respect to Mother, the universal Mother, Mother that sustains us, Mother that loves us, Mother that raises us, nourishes us. So, on this Mother's Day, this is our offering of prayer to Mother. Thank you. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tassat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Holy Mother, Holy Mother, Holy Mother, bless your child. Holy Mother, Sharadamani, Holy Mother, bless your child. With loving arms you tenderly embraced those who sought your love. With soothing voice you spoke to those who came near for comfort's sake. You welcomed all with open arms and made them your very own, and never turned away a weary soul from your open door. What a blessing to have seen your face. What a blessing to receive your grace. If only we had known you, Holy Mother, Holy Mother.
Patiently you served our Master, Sri Ramakrishna, with a heart filled with adoration through all the tribulation. You welcomed all with open arms and made them your very own, and never turned away a weary soul from your open door. What a blessing to have seen your face. What a blessing to receive your grace. If only we had known